In the heart of southern Africa, where the Kalahari sands surrender to liquid veins of life, the Okavango Delta pulses with ancient rhythm. Here, water is both salvation and battleground, a sanctuary that demands tribute from all who drink from its depths. Two apex predators rule these flooded plains: the Nile crocodile, armored patience incarnate, and the lion, terrestrial royalty forced to wade where claws meet scales. One commands the shallows with prehistoric stillness. The other prowls the banks with fire in its eyes. Where their kingdoms collide, survival becomes spectacle. Welcome to Animal Attacks, Wild Okavango, Shadows in the Water, Crocodiles versus Lions in Nature's Deadliest Encounter. The Okavango Delta is an anomaly, a river that empties into nothing, dispersing across 18,000 square kilometers of floodplain in the heart of Botswana's arid interior. Born in the Angolan highlands, the Okavango flows southeast, defying the Kalahari's thirst, transforming sand into labyrinth, channels braided with papyrus, lagoons fringed with palms, islands crowned with acacia and fig. This is not a place of permanence. Water arrives in pulses, seasonal and unpredictable. The flood peaks between June and August, turning dust into delta, drought into oasis. Animals converge by the thousands. Elephant herds, buffalo clans, hippos, antelope, and every predator that follows hunger's ancient trail. But water here is paradox. It sustains life and conceals death. Every drink comes with a calculation. Every crossing demands courage or desperation. Beneath the surface, something older than mammals watches, waits, calculates. Above it, apex predators accustomed to dominance must accept vulnerability. This is the Okavango, where survival is negotiated at the water's edge, where land meets liquid and two kingdoms collide. Long before lions walked upright on savanna grass, before primates descended from trees, the Nile crocodile, Crocodilis niloticus, had already perfected its design. "200 million years of evolution compressed into scales, muscle, and calculated stillness." A crocodile's body is engineered for ambush. Eyes and nostrils positioned atop the skull allow it to survey the surface while submerged. A muscular tail propels it through water with explosive acceleration. Jaws generate 3,700 pounds of bite force per square inch, third strongest on Earth, capable of crushing bone, dragging prey beneath the surface, holding it until drowning completes what teeth began. But the crocodile's greatest weapon is not anatomy. It is patience. It can remain motionless for hours, submerged in murky water, invisible except for twin nostrils breaking the meniscus. It does not hunt through pursuit. It hunts through position, memory, and timing. It knows where animals drink. It knows when herds cross, and it waits. In the Okavango's channels, where visibility extends mere centimeters below the surface, the crocodile is sovereign. Here, speed means nothing. Strength is irrelevant. Only awareness saves you. And awareness in opaque water is nearly impossible. A young impala approaches the water's edge at dawn, driven by thirst. The herd lingers 10 meters back, cautious but not alarmed. The impala lowers its head, tongue touching water. Beneath the surface, 3 meters away, a 4-meter crocodile has been waiting since midnight. Explosion. The crocodile surges forward, tail thrashing, jaws opening impossibly wide. The impala's front legs are clamped between serrated teeth before its brain registers movement. It screams, a sharp, desperate bleat, and tries to backpedal. Too late. The crocodile drags the impala into deeper water. The antelope struggles, kicking violently, neck twisting in panic. But the crocodile initiates the death roll, a spinning maneuver that disorients prey, severs limbs, and accelerates drowning. The impala's body rotates 3 times in 5 seconds. Water churns red. Within 2 minutes, movement stops. The crocodile does not feed immediately. It drags the carcass to a submerged lair, a cavity beneath roots or rocks, and wedges it there. Decomposition will soften the flesh over days, making it easier to tear. This is not savagery. This is efficiency perfected across epochs. In the Okavango, the crocodile's dominance is absolute. until something challenges it from above. Lion, Panthera leo. The name alone commands reverence. For 2 million years, lions have ruled Africa's landscapes through size, strength, and social complexity. Males weigh up to 250 kilograms, their manes advertising genetic fitness and battle experience. A lion's roar carries 8 kilometers across open ground, a territorial declaration heard by every living thing within range. Lions are apex predators, but in the Okavango, their supremacy comes with asterisks. Water is not their domain. Unlike jaguars who swim effortlessly or tigers who hunt in rivers, lions are fundamentally terrestrial hunters. Their muscular builds are optimized for short sprints across solid ground, not wading through unpredictable depths. Yet, the Delta forces adaptation. During flood season, islands become isolated, prey disperses across channels, and lions must cross water to hunt. A pride of 6 moves through knee-deep current, eyes scanning nervously. Their usual confidence is tempered. They move quickly, silently, aware that in water they are not kings, they are trespassers. A lioness pauses mid-channel, head swiveling. Something brushed her hind leg. A submerged log, a crocodile testing resolve. She does not wait to confirm. She lunges forward, water exploding around her, reaching the opposite bank in 4 powerful bounds. On land, lions fear nothing. In water, they fear everything. A lone male lion approaches a lagoon at midday, drawn by the scent of a buffalo carcass floating near the shallows. Likely drowned during a crossing, now lodged against papyrus roots. The lion wades in cautiously, water rising to his chest. His mane floats around his shoulders like a dark halo. He moves slowly, testing each step. 10 meters away, a 5-meter Nile crocodile watches. It has been guarding this carcass since dawn, waiting for scavengers. The lion is not typical prey, too large, too dangerous, too aware. But the crocodile understands territorial defense. This is its food, its domain. The lion is an intruder. The lion reaches the carcass, grips it with his jaws, and begins dragging it toward shore. The crocodile surges forward, not to kill, but to intimidate. It explodes from the water, jaws snapping, tail lashing. The lion releases the carcass and turns, snarling, claws extended. For 5 seconds, they face each other. Reptile and mammal, water and land, patience and fury. The lion swipes at the crocodile's snout, a glancing blow, but enough to communicate. I will not retreat. The crocodile hisses, a guttural prehistoric sound. Then it submerges, circling. The lion drags the carcass faster now, scrambling onto shore, prey secured. Neither won, neither lost. But both understood. In the Okavango, every meal is contested. Every boundary is negotiable. Not all encounters end in standoffs. Sometimes the crocodile wins decisively. A pride of lionesses attempts a river crossing at dusk, chasing a herd of red lechwe. The lechwe are semi-aquatic antelopes, adapted to wet terrain, capable of bounding through water with ease. The lions are not. Midway across, a lioness stumbles into a deeper channel. She's a strong swimmer, but the current pulls her off course. A crocodile, hidden in the murk, detects the irregular movement. Splashing, hesitation, vulnerability. It approaches from below. The lioness sees it too late. She roars, twisting violently, but the crocodile clamps onto her hind leg and drags her under. The pride watches from the opposite bank, helpless. Within 30 seconds, the surface stills. The lioness does not resurface. This is the hard arithmetic of the delta. Lions are formidable, but crocodiles are architects of their environment. In water, size and strength matter less than position and patience. A lion may kill a crocodile on land, crushing its skull, severing its spine. But in the channels, the advantage shifts entirely. The Okavango enforces humility. Even kings must bow to deeper laws. As the sun sets over the delta, the floodwaters glow amber and violet. A massive crocodile drifts along the surface, eyes reflecting the dying light. Around it, hippos grunt, elephants trumpet, fish eagles cry. The delta pulses with life, fragile and relentless. Crocodiles face threats: habitat loss, human encroachment, illegal hunting for skin and meat, yet they persist. They have survived mass extinctions, climate shifts, the rise and fall of entire ecosystems. Their adaptability is not innovation, but perfection, a body plan so effective it requires no revision. A young crocodile, barely 2 years old, practices hunting at the shallows. It snaps at dragonflies, misses twice, succeeds on the third attempt. This is learned behavior, passed not through instruction, but through observation and instinct. In 15 years, if it survives, it will be 4 meters long, capable of taking down buffalo. The delta will flood again. The lions will return to its banks, cautious and majestic. The crocodiles will wait, as they have waited for millennia, armored patience incarnate. In the clash between shadow and sovereignty, neither species yields, but only one was here first, and will likely be here last. In the Okavango's liquid kingdom, there are no absolutes. Only territories claimed by tooth and claw, defended by patience and power, and surrendered when survival demands it. Here, the crocodile has watched empires rise and fall from beneath the surface. The lion commands respect wherever its roar echoes. Yet both understand the delta's ancient truth. Dominance is temporary, but adaptation is eternal. This fragile balance depends on wetlands preserved, ecosystems protected, and choices made far beyond these flooded plains. By safeguarding the Okavango, we honor a legacy written in water and blood. What moved you more as you witnessed these titans collide? The crocodile's patient ambush, or the lion's defiant courage? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this journey into the shadows stirred something primal within you, hit that like button, subscribe to Animal Attacks, and ring the notification bell so you never miss our next dive into nature's most intense encounters. Together, we witness the wild at its most raw.